This week, Chicago announced that there was 500 murders in Chicago from January to right now. 500 murders has happened in Chicago. Now, brothers, I want to talk about what's going on with our nation. 500 murders has happened in the city of Chicago. This is biblical. 500. Give me the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1. 500 murders. Bloodshed. Our people. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1.
Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save.
So the prophet Habakkuk said, how long, Lord, would I cry out for this violence? 500 murders in Chicago. So far in 2017, our blood, 500. The prophet was asking the question thousands of years ago, how long will I cry out for this violence? Read on.
Verse 3, why dost thou show me iniquity?
So Habakkuk asked, why are you showing me the iniquity of these people? Why are you showing me sin? Why are you showing me the violence of these people? Read on.
And cause me to behold grievance, for spoiling and violence are before me.
So the prophet Habakkuk, just like we're looking at now in 2017, violence is before us. 500 murdered in Chicago in 2017 alone. 500, and the year ain't over with yet. 500. Was that verse 3? Read on.
And there are that raise up strife and contention.
So the drama, strife and contention, that ain't nothing but modern day drama. The drama in our houses, the drama in our neighborhoods brings on violence. Our drama, that's what brings on violence. Habakkuk saw it back then, and he talked about it back then, about the violence. 500 dead in Chicago in 2017, and the year is not over with yet. Give me the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. This violence is an epidemic in our communities. 500 are dead already. The prophet talked about it thousands of years ago, about the violence that he saw and we're looking at now. Give me the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1.
Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city.
So, the Most High said, woe to the bloody city. Chicago is that bloody city. 500 murdered. It says, woe unto the bloody city. Chicago is that bloody city. Read on.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
He says it's full of lies and robbery. Give me Leviticus 19 and 11. It's full of lies and robbery. Most of the violence that we do to each other comes from lies and robbery. Someone did us wrong. Somebody stole something. Somebody lied on us. Somebody lied to us. And there's this bloodshed. 500 in 2017. Read on.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
So the commandment is, ye shall not steal. Ye shall not deal falsely with one another. That's what we do. And that's what has this snowball effect of violence. We lie, we steal, and we do deal falsely with one another. So that's why communities are the way that they are. 500 murdered from January to September. 500 homicides in the city of Chicago. Let's go back to Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. Verse 2. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
So it says, read it again.
The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses.
So it says the horseman, modern day time, the horseman is us. We're the ones doing the shooting, the killing. It says the horsemen back then. But now instead of being on horses, we drive cars. We do drive-bys. We do walk-bys. We shoot in the middle of the day. That's what we do. That's what we have been doing. 500 dead. 500 at our hands, killing each other. So, let's read it again.
And their multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses.
So, there's a large number of slain. Corpse. It says corpses. Many dead. 500 is what they announced in the middle of the week in Chicago. The prophet Nahum prophesied of many being slain and a lot of corpses. That means dead bodies in the streets at our hands. Read on.
They stumble upon their corpses.
It's so many that we're stumbling on ourselves. We're stumbling on our own death. 500 murdered this year alone. And the year ain't over with yet. Read on.
Verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
It says because of the multitude of the whoredoms. We are whoring ourselves in these different churches, these different doctrines.
Hallelujah.
Because of that,
Hallelujah.
there's bloodshed. God does not like the whoring that we're doing.
Hallelujah.
Read on.
Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot. The mistresses of witchcraft.
The mistresses of witchcraft. That's what he called them churches. Witchcraft. Read on.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Did they not sell us? Did this nation not buy and sell us? They did. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 4. Well, actually, give me Leviticus 19, verse 17. There's a reason for this blood in our community. There's a reason for the deaths in our community. 500 was announced being killed in Chicago in the middle of the week. There's been 500 homicides in this bloody city. Read on.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother. That's the number one contributing factor to us killing each other. We don't love ourselves and we don't love each other. So it's no problem pulling a trigger and shooting our brother because we don't love ourselves. So we surely ain't gonna love our brother. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what we're doing now. Rebuking you, correcting, letting you know this is where we went off. Not keeping the commandments of God is where we went off, and there's bloodshed for it. Read on.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not suffer sin upon my brothers. That's why we're out here. To let you know what it is. What it is we living in, what it is you looking at. Why is there 500 dead in the hole now? Because we hate each other. Read on.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Thou shalt not avenge. That means no payback. God said he will pay back. We're not supposed to take it in our hands and pay nobody back. We're not supposed to revenge. God said he will revenge. Read on. Is that it?
No. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
And that's where we're at. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And until we learn that, there's going to be more dead bodies. Like Nahum said, more corpses, more slain. Give me the book of Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4.
Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth.
Now think about this. Think about where we're at in America. The police can shoot us down, kill us, unarmed brothers, unarmed, shoot us. And when they go in front of that judge, the judge says not guilty. The judge lets the police off for shooting an unarmed brother. That's because of this system and this country we're in. Read that again. Now God talked about this country and how they're going to judge you. Read. What goes for them,
chapter
don't
1,
go for
verse
us.
4.
The law is supposed to cover everybody, but it does not. Read on.
And judgment doth never go forth.
So judgment, if you're looking for them to rule on your behalf in the court system, the Bible says it does not go forward. Read on.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
So he's letting us know this nation we're in. The wicked gets exalted here. They can shoot our unarmed brothers and get off. Give me Zechariah 11, verse 4. Now the prophet has brought out that the law is slack. So what works for that nation don't work for our nation. An unarmed brother can get shot down, and when they go in front of that judge, he say not guilty. Now the Bible's going to say it. Let's go.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter.
That is what we're doing. We're feeding the flock, the children of Israel. We'll let you know what it is you're going through, what this hell is all about that we're living in our communities. Read on.
Whose possessors slay them.
It says, whose possessors slay them. Who possessed us? The other nations had us in captivity. In the South, all over the world. It says our possessors slay us. Do not the white man, when he come at us and shoot us down in the streets, when he shoots us down in the streets, when he shoots us down in the streets, we are slain. Read on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And in the court system, they hold themselves not guilty. That's prophesied. They shoot down unarmed brothers and say, not guilty. Read that again.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
So they say, hey, I'm not guilty. Yeah, I shot him down, but I'm not guilty. Read on.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
So those who sold us, the other nations, say that they're rich, and they believe God is on their side for what they do to us. That's the belief system. Give me Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
This government has devised iniquity, sin. Their laws don't apply to everyone. It works for them, it don't work for us. They come up with these laws and these loopholes to keep us further down. Read on.
And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands.
So they practice these laws that they put out that's not equal across the spectrum for everybody. It only works for them. They can shoot us down unarmed, and the judge will say not guilty.
That's true.
That's why right now down in Missouri, they're marching right now, because that's what happened with another brother. He was shot down in the streets unarmed, and the judge said not guilty, just like the Bible said they would say, and believe that God is on their side for killing us. Verse 2.
Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
How did they get America? Did they not covet America? Did they not take America from the Native Americans, from the children of Israel? They took this land. They coveted it and they took it. The Native Americans didn't give it to them. They took the land. Read on.
So they oppress a man and his house.
So they oppress a man and his house. That is what has happened to us. Oppressed a man and his house. And what else did they oppress?
Even a man and his heritage.
Our heritage was oppressed. When we came across the pond on these slave ships, our heritage was taken. It was oppressed. Give me the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man.
So Peter let us know we ought to obey God rather than man, not following the laws and traditions of man.